Alrighty, so we are going to have our first lesson today on address. Everybody say address. Address. The question you will hear a lot from people is, what is your address? When you have a form for the doctor's office, for children's school, your school, driver's license, government form, they will say, what is your address? And I want you to be able to say your address correctly. There are many reasons, right? So we said one is if you want to send a letter, maybe you need to send money, send a check, send documentation in the mail. Maybe you want to give information. Someone is talking to you. They are asking for your information. Or maybe you need to complete a form. Maybe you need to complete a form, and that's how you will know when you need to give your address correctly. Okay, so how do we give our address? There are some very specific words for writing your address. So, usually when we give an address, there are 3 lines. Here's 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, right? 3 lines. On the first line, we put the name. We put the name. So the name of this person is Jane Martine. And we put first name, maybe middle name, last name on the first line. And again, you notice that we're using capital letters because it's a name, right? Okay, on the second line, this is where we put the information about the building, the apartment, the house, the condo, the office. So we need a number, right? We call it a house number, but maybe it's building number, maybe it's apartment number, but this is what we call the house number. And then we give the street name. The street name. And the street for this one is actually called 81st Street Southeast. Now, we have been talking about cardinal and ordinal numbers. 81st, as you know, is an ordinal number. This is not 81 ST. This is not 81 ST Street. It's 81st Street. 81st Street. And we're going to talk about this one in a minute. Okay. After you give your house number and your street name, then we give the apartment number if there is apartment number. Jane Martine lives in apartment 110. Jane Martine lives in apartment 110, so we are including that on the line, right? So we have that she lives at 11937 81st Street Southeast. And here we say number 110 or maybe apartment 110. After we give the name, the house number, the street name, the apartment number, then we give the city or town. She lives in Marwood. And I want you to notice that Marwood, of course, starts with a capital letter. Good. So Marwood starts with a capital letter. And then we give the state. The state. What state? Well, Jane Martine lives in Washington. And for states, we use an abbreviation. Both letters are capital. Capital, capital. This is incorrect. We need capital, capital. I will give more examples. For example, California, capital, capital. Oregon, capital, capital. It's 2 letters and both letters are capital. Maybe you live in Illinois, Texas. Okay, you notice all of these have capital letters, both are capital for the state. And then the last thing you have here is the zip code, 5 numbers. And we say every number 98290. We do not say 98290. We say 98290 or 98290. Okay, so I'm going to review all of this one more time. You ready? Let me erase everything. Okay, I'm going to go over all of it one more time. I'm going to use my highlighter. Okay, so the first line is name. We put first name, last name, Jane Martine. Then comes the house number, 11937. Because it's 5 digits, we have to say all of them, right? 11937. Then comes the street name. Again, that is not 81 Este Street. No, this is 81st. We know how to say ordinal numbers, right? 81st Street, Southeast, and it's apartment 110. The city is Marwood, state, Washington, zip code 98290. Okay, so let's go to the next one. I'm going to write my address, okay? And I would like you to try and write your address. This is my address. I live. My name is Rachel. So this is how I write my address. Rachel Escoto, capital letters, right? My address, and I will say it, is 11922. How do we say this one? Do I say 82 ND Street? No, I say 82nd Street. 82nd Street, Southeast. Mine is house, not apartment. So here, no apartment number. No apartment number. Okay. My town is Snohomish, Washington, both capital, and my zip code 98290 or 98290. Okay, so first line, name, first name, last name. Second line has street number, street name, maybe apartment number. And then the third line has the city, state, and zip code. City, state, and zip code. Now, we all live on different places, so I want to go over a lot of abbreviations. Everybody say abbreviations. These are called address abbreviations or maybe postal. Postal means like mail. Okay, so postal or address abbreviations. And the first ones I want you to know are north, south, east, west. Again, north, south, east, west. Okay, and if you think about a compass, right, we have north, south, east, and west, right? Okay, the abbreviation for these is just the first letter, a capital letter, north, south, east for east, and then west. North, south, east, west. All right, but then we have some funny little ones in between here, right? If we have somewhere between here, this is northeast, northeast, right? Northeast, and the abbreviation is NE, but we don't say NE, we say northeast. We say the words northeast. This is southeast, southeast. This is southwest, right? Between south and west, southwest, and then northwest, northwest. If you think of the United States, I'm going to draw a picture of the United States. I know I'm not a very good artist. Okay, so think of this. This is the USA, right? We live here. Yes? That's why this is called, you will hear people say, we live in the Northwest. And they will actually call it the Pacific Northwest because over here is the Pacific Ocean. So we call the area we live in, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, that's called the Pacific Northwest or the PNW. Okay, so we have north, let me use my highlighter actually. We have north, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. Okay, so we use those abbreviations a lot when we write street names, right? For example, I live on 82nd Street Southeast, right? I live on 82nd Street Southeast, but I don't say I live on 82nd Street SE. I say 82nd Street Southeast. Okay, some other abbreviations. So if you live on a street, your abbreviation is ST, and this is the first letter is capital. The other letters are small, right? For avenue, it's AVE, first letter capital. Drive, DR. Court, CT. Boulevard, BLVD. Circle, lane is LN, place, PL, highway. And then if you live in an apartment, you have some different ways of calling your apartment or maybe the floor. FL means floor. Maybe you live on third floor and you must say, or apartment, or unit, or maybe even suite. And then the other one I want to show you is this symbol. Oopsies. Sorry. This symbol right here, this one right here, this symbol, this means number, right? So if you see number 2, number 8, number 110, right? That symbol, it's called hashtag. It means number. Okay, I'm going to do some erasing and we're going to go over this one more time. Okay, so our abbreviations are north, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, street, avenue, drive, court, boulevard, circle, lane, place, highway, floor, apartment, unit, or suite. And there may be some that I forgot, but I think that's most of the abbreviations. And then just, the street abbreviations, remember the first letter is capital, right? These are all capital first letter. Capital, 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 capital. And of course, for the directions, north, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, these are all capitalized. Okay, so you must learn to say your address. You have to learn to say your address. Okay, the question is, what is your address? What is your address? The answer is my address is. Everybody, my address is. You say, my address is, and then 5 numbers, 11937 81st Street Southeast, number 110, Marwood, Washington, 98290. Okay, I need you to practice saying your address. You need to say your address 10 times. Say it, say it, say it. Practice saying your address, please. If you can take a video with your phone, record yourself saying your address and send to me so I can see it, okay? I want to hear you say your address, okay? So that is the lesson on addresses. Please, please practice all the time, okay? Please practice. Good job.